Part 6 GSL Season 1 quiz. Part 6 GSL Season 1 quiz.
Everywhere I go, I get a standing ovation.
It's time for our final match in what is a very short GSL Codes day.
Yeah, couldn't really be much shorter. With a 4-0 victory, Dark goes on to that round of 16. Not too surprised there. And then, of course, we could have another Zerg make it through, which would be pretty sick, because I really think that a Zerg is going to make it through tomorrow, Tasteless.
I think you're right, Artos.
And that could possibly give us 5 Zergs, which is, in a round of 16, that's like pretty sick. That's, you know?
Yeah.
Like 6 plus 6 plus...
Don't do math on TV, Artos. You're breaking one of the cardinal rules of television.
6 plus...
I'm like, Artos, quick, name me the second president of the United States.
Oh my God. Benjamin, no. Adams.
John Adams. Yeah, John
Adams,
I think.
It is.
We're going to find out. It's like, guys, that wasn't even a president. I'm like,
Samuel Adams.
Samuel Adams.
One of my favorite beers.
That was his contribution to America.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
guys.
a great contribution.
Our final match tonight, Lucira against Alive, here in the GSL.
I feel like I'm just getting warmed up here.
In the upper right, in the blue, he is.
KT Rolster, Russia.
You know what I mean? Like normally,
do.
the third or fourth cast is going to be my best cast of the night. Maybe the last one because it gets a little bit goofy.
Yeah, well, sometimes we're so tired. If it goes on for like 4 or 5 hours, you get a little bit delirious. In the upper left, in the red, he is.
Africa Prix, Alive.
I'm going to be really ready to cast once the day is over, Tasteless.
Yeah, man. We're going to have to go to somebody's birthday party and cast that, man. That is the thing about us, Artos, is we could cast anything.
Yes, indeed.
We could.
I can and will. I tell you, you really got to check out this Go thing that's happening.
Oh,
it's really
I'm super
so
excited to take a look at it.
I knew nothing about Go, and the commentator keeps it.
How long does a game of Go normally go for?
They get clocks.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, he won. Yeah, he won actually when they were doing the drawing.
Today.
That's awesome. Legacy of the Void. It's a great game. You'll love it.
Who's wondering why we're giving away copies of Legacy of the Void?
Yeah.
That might be the one thing that audience members
StarCraft,
don't need.
I think, is. I definitely agree with that. Like most people do have it that are watching, but like,
yeah,
out of every game, this is the least played per viewer.
Yeah, well, StarCraft is more
pretty
watched.
darn sure about that.
It's much more watched than it is played.
Yeah.
StarCraft is truly a manly game. It will make you grow hair on your chest, guys.
Yeah.
They should actually put that on the back of the box, like disclaimer, you know.
Mm-hmm. They actually get clocks, and I didn't get to start right at the beginning, so I'm not sure exactly how long the clocks were. Maybe 3 hours each, but I don't know. Maybe it was 2 hours each.
Oh, for the Go games.
Yeah.
For a second, I'm like, what is he talking about?
It's a Go clock that like while they're thinking, it burns down, and then like it goes into overtime.
Is it timed? Like you have to make a move in X amount of time, right?
Well, no, you have a certain amount of overall time. Like apparently towards the end, if you actually want to finish the game at the end, like you can make your moves in seconds because it's like already mapped out.
Okay.
But like in the beginning, it takes a long time to think, or in the middle maybe, I don't know. Anyways, the computer when the best player in the world actually resigned at the end, the computer only had 5 minutes left on its clock.
Damn, that's so sick.
It's so sick.
Well,
you do get a little bit of overtime if you use it up like 30-second turns or something. But anyways, it's really cool. You really should check it out. Everyone should check out that's watching. I'm going to eventually learn how to play Go. It looks really fun. And
there's a lot of great. I mean, this is basically esports before we had computers.
Yeah.
You know, this is like these great mind games. And of course, StarCraft now.
But are they really sports?
I mean, guys, Hearthstone's not an esport, right? I'm like, oh my God, is it a competitive game played on a computer? They're like, well, yeah. I'm like, okay, then it is. There you go. This conversation's done.
Yeah.
Remember when it was like 5 years ago? People were like, should we really call it esports or competitive gaming? I just don't want to call it. I'm not comfortable with that idea.
I saw someone tweet something before we really get into this game because that starport isn't done yet. But I saw someone tweet something like, would you consider, because this is becoming like something that's getting a little bit more popular, drone racing? Would that be an esport because you're using a controller, but it's a real life thing that you're controlling?
That's interesting.
Yeah, right?
It's not like what immediately comes to mind. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
The thing is, I'm used to inferior games being called esports because I'm a StarCraft guy, so I don't care. You can call whatever the hell you want. You can call bowling an esport for all I care, Tasteless.
Yeah. Well, you know, here's the problem with bowling, guys, for those of you who are avid gamers, is bowling does not have enough maps, okay? There's only 2 maps in bowling, all right? There's a lot more in StarCraft. The 2 maps in bowling
Well, that's twice as many maps as Dota or League of Legends has. All right?
Here's the thing, guys. There's 2 maps in bowling, okay? There's the map with the bumpers and the map that I can't play on, okay? That's how it works. So, as this game goes on, we do see Armory being teched too. Baneling's Nest almost done, and we're going to have a quick drop.
This is a really strong push. He's going to turn these into Hellbats and just try to shove his way up this ramp, Tasteless, I think. So, definitely very, very powerful stuff. 5 Queens and Banelings on the way. I think Lucira should be all right holding this.
And this is actually one of the older builds here. We saw this first few weeks of Heart of the Swarm, very popular. Got phased out a little bit, but it definitely is still viable if you can mix it in with some other builds in a best of 3, best of 5, best of 7.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, like during Code A, we saw you know, some Hellbat timings, and even in the beginning of SSL and stuff, knock out some really great players. Like Sue lost one against Björn, and you know, people are definitely still mixing them in at least, but haven't seen him actually do that quite yet.
Okay, he's coming up now. And doing some good harass here. Now, he actually didn't go for the push here. He backed up when he saw the number of queens, that was the right choice, by the way.
Yeah, like the Armory is doing nothing for him now. But, you know, it's better than just, like, being a bonehead and keeping going with the strat that's not going to work.
Yeah. Whoop. Did not quite get that pickup there. Lost 1 Hellion. Now, there's 24 Zerglings being made here, and we may see a counterattack.
That is a lot of Zerglings,
that's
no
a
doubt.
shockingly large number of Zerglings. And Terran doesn't quite have the wall-in set up. It's kind of weird. He's got a wall-in, but his army's in front of it, and the wall-in's not down.
Yeah, the wall-in is really like, it's not even over the ramp. It's just kind of the side.
It's kind of one of the weirder wall-ins we've seen here. I don't know what the story is with that, because the problem is when you have a wall-in like that, if you run behind it, then they just go up and start hitting your workers.
Yeah, let's see this. I mean, this is so many Lings and Banes that he might actually just roll through everything. We're going to have to see Alive really be crisp with his micro here.
Okay, he's got them all activated into Hellbat form.
Well, with Hellbats can't kite against Banelings, so that could end up being a little bit of a problem.
You know what, Artosis, that's a really good point.
Yeah, I think the Hellions might be. The thing is, if you spread them, it does take a decent amount to actually kill. Oh my god, that's a lot of Banelings.
Oh man, here we go! Coming up, now he needs to get the Lings around here so that the Hellbats and Brains can't even run away.
All right, he's going to try to bust through everything, gets that bunker in a matter of seconds, killing off so many Hellbats. We do have that wall go up right now. These Marines do have stim, luckily, so we'll be able to be microed some.
Yeah, he's going to come through here. Now, all the Banelings have been picked off, but there's only a small number of Marines and SCVs here. The lower bases in shambles, a really good timed-out attack here from Lucira.
All right, behind this, Lucira only has 21 drones, so if he doesn't finish him with this, he's in a lot of trouble. So here we go. He does run up with those Lings once again.
Good hold here on the ramp.
Yeah, Hellbats at the top of the ramp. You're not going to do anything.
Takes out that Liberator. Now it's 14 SCVs to 41 drones. So,
yeah, that's
it's a scary number.
That is a lot of lost SCVs.
Now this was a questionable play to walk down the ramp. Now he gets a pickup here. The Lings, okay, he doesn't race him to the ramp. Instead, he tries to get in over here. Now, he could get these eBays before they actually finish. Well, hold on. Is he actually going to get this in time?
Yeah, he should get those in time. Yeah, I mean, just the lack of SCVs here is really quite crazy right now.
10 seconds from attack finishing. Can he get it in time? And denied. And denied both in the last second. Beautiful. Preventing the upgrades there.
Yeah, but has he trapped him in here? No, just going to run under that Liberator because I'm not Protoss units. I can get through without losing everything.
It's like so true.
Yeah. You know what happened to me this morning, Tasteless.
Okay, Well, I mean, you know, Lucera did it again. He did one of these timing attacks where he tries to cripple his opponent and then win the game from there. Now, Dark managed to outmaneuver him when that happened. Alive, it might be a different case. And here's what's funny. The upgrade's starting so much later there for Lucera, but he will have the upgrade advantage since both the engineering bays were destroyed.
Yeah, that's really, really sad for Alive that happened that way.
Something to note, too, if this game does go long, we can point back to those E-bays being destroyed and probably deem that one of the main reasons why he lost.
Now, we do have a drop coming off. A couple of Hellbats in here in good position with Medivacs on top. Definitely going to be very efficient against this mass Ling type of composition, but those Spores kind of flanking this Medivac.
Yeah, which means no pickups. Now, I don't think he's going to need to... Oh, well, hold up. Banelings are going to come down now.
There's no evac for these units. The Hellbat does eat up most of those shots and some very nice micro on these Marines. He's being really efficient here.
Yeah, I can't believe it. These Marines might actually... No, they're just low enough.
No
They'll
problem.
be taken out. Yeah. Leave it to us. Leave it to me.
Well, there's 2 of them left, right?
No, that's true. Yeah. Okay, so another drop's going to come in here. Massing up a good number of Lings here. He started his Spire. I think the next attack from the Zerg will be on the 3rd base, which is being created right now on the low ground here.
Well, Alive hopes to keep him busy, but with that Spire on the way, this is not something that can keep up forever, so he's going to have to get his damage in before Mutas are out, because that's when Lucera really takes control of the entire map here.
Didn't see what they were attacking at first there. He's got the Liberator in over here. He's picking up, trying to avoid these Banelings as much as he possibly can.
Liberator doing a good job, forcing those drones to pull out. That's going to be at a very weird and hard angle for the Queens to deal with.
I think
so
the Queen
again,
can come
he
in
needs
on the
that
side
Spire.
there. Uh-oh. Almost dropped there. That would have been bad.
Looks like Lucera kind of has all of his bases covered here. But yeah, look at that. Like, to kill that, you need a lot of Queens to walk right in there, and that gets a little bit awkward. So very, very annoying. Some good harassment going on by Alive. He's kind of pulling it together right now.
Okay, coming in here, Stimming, backing up. Pick up here. And they redrop again. Terran is actually interested in pushing here. This might be a little bit dangerous. Let's see. He's going to try to kite this good surround here. He will eventually pick this up, though.
Yeah, you know, those are 1/1 Zerglings, let's not forget. And those
That's
Marines
right.
don't have upgrades, so definitely a big part of why he had to immediately get out of there.
Now, the Mutalisks are about to hatch here. Now, note he has these Lings on the low ground here, so they can't elevate her down.
Very nice targeting there by Alive, taking out the Banelings.
Just really powerful Lings, with Terran not having +1 attack, +1 armor just yet.
Oh, we do have that +2 melee going for Lucera, getting his 4th base as well, kind of expanding towards Alive right now. Does have his Mutas out as well, so this drop should be cleaned up very, very quickly now.
Okay, the Mutas are coming back now.
Nice usage of terrain here, trying to stop those Mutas from doing anything.
1-1 about to finish here for Terran. That's going to give him a lot more muscle here with these pushes, because right now these Lings and Banes are just so scary.
Yeah.
And the Mutas come out just in time. Notice it's the weakened Medivac that's full, but he actually... Well, weird play. Okay, I thought he was going to send one of the Medivacs towards the Bane to try to draw the attention away.
This was a great move. While the Mutas and Lings were over here chasing down these Medivacs, he gets a cancel on that 4th base, which is really, really important right now.
Up, takes out one Medivac. Terran slowly having to back up right now.
This is some absolutely awesome, like, micro of Alive.
Well, you know, I mean, Alive's just a really tenacious player. This guy's really got good control. He's really aggressive.
Yeah, he's like abusing these pieces of the terrain as well well here against Lucera, who just doesn't have his Lings and Banes in the right positions. He's not splitting them. He's just throwing them on each side.
Pretty interesting to see that Zerg's actually expanding towards Terran here. That's pretty unorthodox, but it might also lend itself that Lucera is just so confident he can eventually get to the 3rd. He just has to have that within the flying path of his Mutas that spawn.
Well, looking at the game at this point, Tasteless, Alive has caught up in supply. He's definitely caught up in economy here as well. So Lucera in a little bit of trouble. Alive is kind of running around, deciding where he has to have his units.
Okay, the Banelings are coming down now. Not the best Baneling connects. We'll see even the one on the right not quite doing it, but Lucera was such a big army.
Yes, indeed.
And
nice
he can actually,
here.
he's on the other side, so he can actually get these units to take out these Medivacs. This army might be trapped. This might be a huge blow here to Alive. Let's see.
Tactically, this is absolutely fantastic play from Alive. He is abusing the cooldown of Medivac boost so well. He's abusing the terrain so well. This is just awesome, awesome play. Tactically, he's outplaying Lucera in like every way right now.
It's pretty crazy. Note the supplies are even right now. Terran trying to just get that momentum to push. And by the way, Lucera taking that 4th base over there, very close to the Terran. That could be a really direct threat right now if Alive keeps controlling as well as he is.
Well, Alive did lose a few units there kind of for free, maybe a misclick. He is starting to rally up quite a few more units. He has to be careful, though, with Baneling speed and +2 attack. This is a very dangerous army right now. Does have those Widow Mines, starts to burrow them here, needs to make sure he's hitting Banelings. Does not hit said Banelings.
Dropping over here. Again, Alive really good with these drops. It's not as easy to do this in these positions as Terran. You know, it's really easy to just get in the way of the flight path, but he's actually maneuvering around constantly. That medevac has to be destroyed, or it's going to be a thorn in the paw of the Zerg for the rest of this game.
Well, This is like such a weird one, especially as you said, Tasis, with them expanding towards Alive.
Yeah, I can't think of the last time we've casted something like this.
When you see that, it's normally like to have a hatchery that you can rally out of quicker, rather than for the economy as much. And, you know, I guess he does have a lot of supply right now. He is running up a lot of Lings, going for a surround right here.
Yeah, he's going to come up here now. Again, the army here just pretty scary right now. Can he get a surround here? He needs to get these mutas to actually connect. No. He's going to go right over here into the 2nd base.
Oh, what is he going to be able
plays.
to do here? There's a lot of buildings, so he's got to be careful because Zerglings kind of need that wide open area. And look at this. Abusing that low ground right now is Alive, getting so many pod shots. Look at this. He has to run the Lings all the way around, getting hit the entire time by Marines.
I think that was a big questionable decision there. What's happening? Okay, now we're back over here. He's going to go ahead and micro behind. This is a really good position here for these Marines. And the Marauder here. And actually driving him back. And that was definitely a questionable play there by Lucera. We may see a counter push that could actually squash the 4th base.
Dude, this reminds me of watching the Koreans play on Moonlight Madness at BlizzCon. What I'm seeing from Lucera, it's like, I'm like, have you played this map? Because the way that Alive is abusing this terrain and how abused Lucera is at every moment with this composition is really tough to watch here. I mean, he's a great player, but Alive is just outplaying him by like 1,000,000,000% as far as his army.
Well, he's actually managed to clean up this army over here. Also note, Alive expanding to the center left, but it seems like the focal point here is going to be on the 3rd base.
Yeah, he is coming right back in here, but Alive, keeping medevacs alive, is going to be able to stim and run down with this bio units. And, you know, Lucera is not finding that much damage, really.
You know, I gotta say, this game it's a little bit weird, right? Like, you know, there's definitely been some great engagements here from Alive. Lucera did a good job early on, but he doesn't seem to be the kind of player that can close it. And I feel like the longer this game goes on, the worse of a position Lucera is going to be in.
You know, I think it was such a big mistake for him to run up into the natural with all those buildings there.
I think he should have blindsided the 3rd base.
With mass Ling, it's like, no, I mean, you need to, like, use those Lings to surround things. If you're running into these little choked up areas, Alive is just abusing him, using the range on his units to gain value.
Well, the thing about mass Ling is it's exponentially stronger against players that you know, are in the open.
Yeah.
It's not good if there's, you know, a bunch of structures around. Now, important to note is this harass is doing a lot. We've already seen 14 workers killed. It's now 17 workers total, and that might be the one way that Lucera actually comes back in here and wins this, is that he's having to remake SCVs. He's barely held together right now. Actually taking a look over here at Lucera as well. He's pretty short on income, too.
They're certainly both getting very low on that income, so... you know, this is the beauty of Legacy of the Void. You know, so many games get to these really weird situations where the money is drying up and they have to make something happen. So right now, Alive is marching across, going towards this last truly well-mining base.
You know, this might be the push that does it. Let's see exactly how much Zerg has here. He's got the Marauders in the front to soak the damage from the Banelings. The angle's also not the easiest here for the Zerg.
Oh, and Lucera coming from the other angle. Oh my god, those Baneling connections so good. More Banelings coming down. A lot hitting Marauders right there. But he does start to clean this up.
Got to be careful. More Marines are coming up here. He needs to have a solid ground army comboed with the air army if he's going to take this. It's all going to come down to this base right over here.
All right, here we go. The Banelings have to roll in and hit these Marines. They're not going to do it. It doesn't look like. More drones coming down with these Lings as well.
Now, important to note here that Terran has not been making workers. It's still 14 SCVs. He invested everything into that attack, and I think the reversal from the Zerg should actually take him out.
It could, but there's only one Mutalisk left. So this is basically Lings and a few Banes. So the Medivacs can allow Alive to way out Micro Lucera here.
It's a really good point,
at any point in time.
Less Banelings, less Mutas. It would just be Lings that hold this if he does.
Yeah, and I mean, he has enough Lings to theoretically hold it, but if the Lings start to win, you lift up everything. So
sure,
this is kind of tough. I'm feeling Alive taking this one.
I don't know, 10. Okay, now he gets that, but Zerg did manage to swap that base with the center right.
Yeah.
Which is not an easy location for the Terran to attack to. That base was easy to hit. What Terran just destroyed was easy to hit because it's a short path. And we could see him now trying to go for the long run here.
Yeah, he's trying to get Mutas right now because he knows how hard this is going to be to deal with if he has nothing to hit those Medivacs. But it's like watching, your mom try to get more toothpaste out of the toothpaste tube you threw away because it's empty.
Yeah.
He's barely getting any. Is it really worth it?
You know what? I think he's not even going to keep trying to remake Mutas Artosis. I think he's just going to make Banelings. He already has so many.
He's making them right now. He has how many Mutas now? Like 4?
I think it's 4, man.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
So he only got to make like
he
3
can actually
more.
hit the high ground. Oh my God!
See, this
Did
is
he
so
checkmate
tough.
him? This is so smart because you have to have Mutas to deal with a high ground position.
Yeah.
So he has a small force on the ground hitting this that he can run back and even pick up with if he wants. Dude, that might be checkmate.
Yeah.
A guy with nearly 40 drones might lose to a player that had 10 SCVs for like the last, 4 or 5 minutes here.
Live's economy has been shattered like 3 times this game. But this, tactically, I mean, you don't see Terrans play tactically this well normally.
He
this
can pick
awesome.
up here. There he goes. Goes to the low ground now.
Abusing that lack of Mutas right now, and he has to roll around once again. See,
GG!
Wow.
Great play there by Alive. Really nicely done.
Abusive terrain is what we saw here, and the thing is, it's not like Lucera couldn't have won this. He definitely made some mistakes. He definitely made some blunders. For instance, so many times, if he had split his Lings and Banes into 2 groups, one for that high ground area, one for the low ground, he would have cleaned everything up a lot better. But instead, we saw Alive just repeatedly and so quickly, so decisively move his army with Medivacs that Lucera just got outplayed.
We see
that was great play by Alive.
It was really nicely done. That is a one in a kind game.
Holy crap! Like, I've been watching every single game in Korea. I mean, StarCraft 2 is better than it has ever been.
Yeah, for sure.
And I've been impressed with Alive, but damn if that didn't really impress. Like, he was on fire right
I'll tell you something, man. I think Lucera could have won that game had he not taken advantage of that terrain in that last fight. He really picked his battles, leapfrogging from high ground to low ground and just picking the position and ultimately destroying the hatchery. That gives him the 1-0 lead, but it's not done yet, guys. It's a best of 3. Map number 2 is Dusk Towers. Let's see if Lucera can turn this around.
3, 2, 1.
In the bottom left, in the blue, our Zerg player, he is
KT Rolster, Russia.
A lot of pressure here. Both these guys really eager to get into the round of 16. Both these guys, some of the very best players in Wings of Liberty, with a unique and rare opportunity here in Legacy of the Void. In the upper right in red.
Africa Pricks, Alive.
Wait. He's proxying. Barracks in the middle of the map. Also, special thanks to our sponsors. We got a free sponsor plug right there.
Wow.
This cheese was brought to you by Hot 6.
Zerg players never. Oh my God.
Oh my God. He sees it. He sees it. He's going to go for the SCV.
Well, that's really annoying, Tasteless. Oh, he needs to micro that a little bit better. You got to stay on top of that SCV.
This cheese was denied by Hot 6. Oh, he's going to have to abandon it.
Yeah, he is. He's not going to be able to finish.
Look at him. He's going to try. He's like, all right.
If he got completely
make a little bit over
lucky,
here.
Yeah, I know. That hurts a lot.
Oh, wow.
I think you make
That's
a command
not
center.
going to finish building.
I think you can't. Right? Or no, he already.
Oh no, he's serious about this.
Yeah. Oh my God.
These SCVs are getting paid time and a half, man. They weren't supposed to be out here.
Oh man. Well, they might. They do end up finishing it. You will be able to get a Reaper, but it's so scouted and it's delayed.
Yeah.
That hurts. Great scout there by Lucira.
Still alive. Alive right now. Super salty about that that getting spotted.
That hurts.
Really good
Especially
play
as Terran, because anyone else is proxying, you're like, okay, yeah, that's going to finish. With Terran, you're like, oh.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
this.
Yeah.
Oh.
This ruins everything.
Yeah. Saw Speed when he got his proxy scout. It was like the end of the world. He had to cancel his starport, you know.
Yeah.
It was the end of times, Tasteless.
Okay, the Ling's coming up.
Yeah, he only makes one Reaper and backs off, realizing that too much info. Wow, he gets a drone just like that.
Ling's unable to get that surround. He does back up. You need to have that Reaper to spot, see if Zerg is going to counterattack. It does have a role beyond just the harass there.
Okay, so the game should pretty much normalize from here. I mean, obviously we have Lucira with like a slight advantage from all this, but no big.
Is he gonna get a second one?
Oh my God!
2 drone kills.
Lucira.
Right now, Alive is doing way more damage than anybody would expect, considering this was not only spotted but delayed as well.
You know, this kind of makes me sad because Lucira is a very good Zerg, but definitely his play today is not equaling what we normally see out of him.
Yeah.
And we see a good number of games out of Lucira. And the thing is, we've seen that this actually hurts to say, but like some of the Zergs here in Code S that haven't been advancing truly didn't deserve it. Like, look at Rogue's play on Group A.
Rogue makes me sad when I think about him.
He's one of the best Zergs. He's probably my favorite Zerg with Dark, right?
Yeah.
He played like crap, man. Totally didn't deserve it. Played the worst in his group by far. It wasn't any sort of balance issue. It was just like, oh, you played like crap.
In Pro League, too. He just really subpar play. I don't know if he's just having a hard time.
Yeah, it might
Sometimes,
be.
you know, you get this with a player where suddenly everybody seems to be figuring it out except for you.
Yeah.
And you don't quite know how to approach the game. You might have seen the game a different way. By the way, he did sack that early on, that Overlord, to actually get some intel.
Yeah, I mean, definitely good to get that intel. But look at even this game. Like last game, we already talked about some mistakes, but one Reaper. Okay, the first drone, I'll give you that. But you have 5 Lings and a Queen there, and it kills the second drone.
And
like,
it was
come
late,
on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, I want another Zerg in that round of 16, but right now what I'm looking at, Alive definitely looks like he deserves it more.
Look, Alive's still playing very strong. The question is, how long can he keep this going? Every week, people are developing more and more. And by the way, Artosis, do you see what I see?
I see what you see. Another mass Ling Bane all in.
Yeah. Now, this is going to be, while the Liberator's over here, driving the workers back. So the ugly game of cat and mouse with these Spore Crawlers shimmying over to try to hit the Liberator, which takes a while to switch modes.
Yeah, and look at that. And then the Liberator switches modes, and, well...
Okay, so he's driven this back.
4 Queens do bully it out. Look at this, a Siege Tank.
Oh boy, Siege Tank is definitely usually the answer.
Yeah, he only has 1 depot wall.
He sees the Lings. He sees the Lings.
Wow, that was definitely a good scout right there.
He needs to put those up on the high ground. Yeah, there you go. He's making 2 bunkers. If this attack doesn't work, guys, Lucira may be out of this tournament.
Well, it's looking more and more likely, but let's see here. He even did damage in that
he needs to send 1 Ling forward to soak the first shot.
Yep.
And he didn't do that. And this
Did he
tank's
not?
going to get 3 balls.
Oh my
no, he
God.
didn't. In fact, okay, he's inside now.
All right, well, he's definitely getting some damage done.
No
Those
hits on the tank right now.
Oh, the Hellions actually doing some good micro here against these Banelings. Does not want to let those into a mineral line. That's, ooh, and they actually explode on the Hellions. Definitely a little bit of a mistake there, but so far, Alive holding pretty well.
And, you know, with the Siege Tank and the Medevac now, that makes it a lot easier for Terran to hold this.
All right, so he will end up holding that, and 15 SCVs didn't kill nearly as much as we saw in the previous map.
Yeah, that was a great hold there by Alive.
Yeah.
Now, whenever you're doing an attack that aggressive, you're also giving up a certain chunk of your economy. Now, let's also keep in mind there were 16 workers killed back there, okay? Granted, Zerg wants to end the game. They are not postpone the game from ending.
Yeah. Well, looking at it, he didn't get eBays. There's more economy for Alive. He has his third command center landing now. He has some decent tech. But Lucier's in an okay spot too, right? He's got his 3 bases up. He's got a very healthy saturation on that. The layer's almost done as well. His 1-1 is only slightly behind his opponents, so there's definitely some decent things here for Lucira, but liking where Alive's at, especially after watching that last game.
Oh, I agree, Artosis. This is definitely going to be interesting, man. Now, Alive, just judging from the tenacity he had in that previous game, I got to imagine that he should be in great shape to push here later on. Important to note, too, guys, the 4th base, well, hold up. We already have a push right away. This is faster than I expected it to come out.
Yeah,
oh, could he get the Banelings down here at the bottom left?
Really going for it right now.
Whoa, so many drones being killed here.
And, well, actually, were there? I don't think he actually got many drones, like one drone only, right?
Well, he started to pull him forward there and
yeah.
get that surround. He didn't pick up the tank, which is a little bit questionable. And he's going to have to pick up here. Yeah, you're right. It's only 4 drones killed.
All right. Well, I guess that was, like, okay-ish. He definitely did some damage there. But, yeah, that was kind of a weird, really quick push. I totally wasn't expecting. I was, like, not even really looking for that push.
Yeah, I was talking about the late game, and then suddenly I see a tank floating with Marines under it, and I'm saying, okay. But Alive, throughout Legacy of the Void, has been known to push pretty quickly, you know?
Yeah, he definitely keeps aggressive and not like dumb aggression where he puts all his eggs in one basket. Like right now, he's upgrading. He's got 3 bases. He's continuing to build his infrastructure, getting additional reactors, buildings, and such. But, pushing out with what he has, making sure, keeping Zerg honest here. Doesn't want Lucira able to just sit back and do anything he likes.
Lucira is not your traditional style of player, right? Like, he wants to do a lot of sneaky stuff and throw you off. He's a lot more timing-oriented. And this is a good counterattack, by the way, over here. This is exactly how Lucira is going to win this if he does take game number 2.
All right, well, this is some really nice Zergling harassment there at that 3rd base. In the meantime, Alive not getting too much done with his medevac. Does have a double drop coming up the other side. Doesn't see that 4th base, so that could have been an easy cancel.
And he's just going to go back and forth and force Lucira to use as many actions as possible to try to defend this. Now, there are Banelings down here, but it would be unwise for Terran to drop there. And I don't think this harass is going to do anything more. That's actually really unfortunate that Alive didn't check for where the 4th base is. We're in this game long enough, right around, you're getting close to the 10-minute marker, you could expect the 4th base to be there. And he didn't drop there. He went right by it.
Well, he should be checking it, and in fact, he is going to go ahead and check it right now. I will go ahead and drop on top of it, but it looks like there's easily enough here to stop this.
Hold on, he doesn't have the Banelings over here just yet, so he's going to have pretty good surface area. He's going to trade with this really nicely. Really good job there, actually. In fact, you might want to try to stim forward and jump on that. What?
Just going to sit back in this little choke of the minerals. Very hard to actually remove. Dealing a lot of damage to this hatchery. This is something that can be picked off later. Especially if a full push comes up.
Look at this. Look at this, man.
Wow, targeting down quite a few mutas.
Damn, talk about getting value out of that. Another drop comes in this time.
All right, it looks like he is already getting ready for this. Lings and Banes going up towards the main base to be able to clear this out.
Completely denied there. And this harass at the top is going to be shut down as well. Now, he's booby-trapping the map with Baneling landmines in the hopes that when that big push does come out. And we haven't seen Baneling landmines used, I think, enough in Legacy.
Absolutely.
I think people are so caught up with the new features in this iteration of the game that this is something that, okay, hold on.
This
oh my
could be
God.
Huge. This could be so huge.
If he could just trigger this at the right time.
Oh my God.
He's going to be, they were just to the side of that.
Yeah, that could have killed almost the whole thing.
Yep.
That was still really good, though. That would be great connections. You'd be happy with those any days with 2 Banelings. But good move right there, and I do agree we don't see enough of that. In fact, I don't think we saw enough of it in Wings of Liberty or Heart of the Swarm either.
Yeah.
Definitely an underused tactic. Right now, we do have this push, and this is the type of push to try to pick off a hatchery that's low, but looks like he has enough speed. Banes here is going to have to run away.
All right, so he does clean up the Widow Mines. Lucira investing a lot in just the muscle to make sure that he can completely flatten any Terran timing attack. This is going to force this into Terran trying to win in the late game, I think.
Yeah. This has always kind of been Lucira's MO. When he starts getting going in this matchup, loves to have a lot of Zerglings, loves to try to hit little counterattacks and whatnot, make his Zerglings really work for him, and, roll over these armies with his army-crushing power.
I think he wants to try to sneak over here. I think he just knows his hatchery is so low.
Yeah,
If he can just snipe it.
Thing is, he's pretty ready for this right now.
Here we go. Oh, good targeting there on some of those banes. That was really nice.
Really good targeting. He's so quick at targeting.
Problem is that Lucera is not playing a game where he's eager to get a 5th base right now. He's just going to stay back and defend. And if you look at the supplies, Lucera is starting to get a pretty intimidating army.
Yeah, it's a lot of Lings in it, though. So as this +3 attack finishes up for Alive, that's going to help him out a lot against it as well.
Good targeting here on the Mutas. Picks them up. Now he's going to run away. There's actually another drop happening, or it's about to happen on the map.
Look, he just brings them somewhere where the Lings can't get. This is what we've seen him doing the entire time, and this is going to make him a little bit more efficient against those Mutas. Alive is just playing so well in this series.
Yeah, this is some of the best harass we've seen here. I mean, he's just really good at kind of... I mean, let me tell you something. If you're a Zerg player, you know how frustrating this is.
Yeah.
It's like you're constantly playing a game of whack-a-mole.
And he's he's staying on top of everything while doing this,
You know when you like play like whack-a-mole at like Chuck E. Cheese's as a kid? Well, imagine you're playing whack-a-mole, but the moles are also taking your ticket, so you can't buy that unbelievably overpriced PlayStation 1 game, right?
Those damn moles.
Those damn moles, man. You ever know anybody that would do that? They'd actually just go to the arcade and like only play like
ticket games,
and they're like, yeah, well, I'm gonna get that PlayStation 2. It's only like
a
million tickets. I'm like, can you just try to add together how much more money you're playing with skee ball every day when you could actually just go, you know, buy one of these things?
That's not as fun, Tasteless.
That's not as fun. It doesn't take as much skill. Well, a big amount of banelings. It looks like Lucera is gearing up to try to ambush Alive's army. My God, this is like a comically large army here from Lucera.
Really, really big right now, but this is good spreading on these. Oh my God, setting off a lot of the Widow Mines right off the bat here.
Alive is on the run. He has to hold this position.
All right, setting up a lot of these liberation zones, and we'll start to get some damage done from them, but they don't shoot quick enough to stop all of it.
All right, he's going to try to actually go into the main here. He doesn't get, I almost knocked my headset off. He doesn't get the wall line up in time.
Well, he does actually kill off most of the army right there, and in fact does flank around the other side. Looks like a lot of SCVs going down as well here, trying to get into that liberation zone to get away from the Lings and Banes. So many Liberators out right now.
For the time being, it's still 3 bases versus 4 bases. Well, we're not going to find out if that mine goes off. We're looking somewhere else now. 19 SCVs were killed back there.
Yeah, a lot of Corruptors, by the way, being added, and that's going to do well against this big flock of Liberators that Alive is working on.
I call it a fleet, not a flock, but yes.
A fleet of
Liberators? Fleet? You can't have a flock. A flock is only living things. Think about it. Come back to me. Wow. All right, we have another base going to be landed over here.
I have nothing to say.
I'm not talking the rest of this cast. You are truly a bully. Okay. Note, Zerg is not expanding there. Oh, he does see the Corruptors, too. That's pretty big.
Yeah. Well, you know, these... How many Widow Mines does he have left? Because we saw those 4 that are still sitting out front kind of in the defensive pattern.
Oh my God! Look at this.
Yeah, that's a lot of Liberators. But the Corruptors are here, so
this is almost too many Liberators to bring.
I think it's like to protect him from the Mutas, but he doesn't realize how many Corruptors are out.
Yeah. Well, if he loses, oh my God! Get wrecked. Okay. Get out! He's what it was? Those things are good, Monsieur.
You know what it was exactly? This was a bait for the Mutas. I didn't even think of this, but that's really smart. The Mutas go over to clear out too, because it's like, well, you'd never send all your Liberators.
Yeah. Well, it's not a situation you normally deal with. Watch this.
And once all the Mutas come over, he just wrecks them in like 2 seconds with that splash damage. That was a really cool move.
If it was you and me, we would put them all in liberation zones and lost them.
Got in one drone and then lost one. Like,
yeah, but damn, I guess I lost a lot of money there. Okay, so the Liberator's back up now while clearing Overlords in their path. Note he's scanning here. He's scanning for mines on the map. Oh, run, run, run!
Wow, you're a big Terran fan, huh?
Yeah,
I want him to sit still. I'm like, don't look at the mini-map! Don't look at the mini-map!
His casting is so biased. He's coming up now. Yeah, the Corruptors can do no more damage.
We do have Hive on the way for Lucera right now. Definitely very important that he continues to tech up a bit. But, you know, we already have kind of an anti-Ultralisk army. But with this many Corruptors, definitely has that potential to be able to take out the Liberators.
Uh-oh. Don't show him this. He's like, oh, never mind.
He
Wasn't planning on
knows to
doing anything
scan
with
next
it.
time he moves.
Yeah, he tipped his hand there by sending the Baneling over there.
Has a nice little herd of Widow Mines with his army right now.
Herd.
Next thing you're going to tell me is that herd is only for living things.
It is only for living things.
What? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard, Tasteless. Now who's
what?
Dumb.
Now what? Okay, we're going to have to push, possibly. No. Hold on. Zerg's actually denying this base. No Terran scanning here. Whoa! Got to be careful with those corruptors.
All right, the single Baneling here definitely could bruise some units.
Yeah, he could definitely make all those medevacs spend energy healing them.
Not the best usage of those Banelings, but look, right now we do have Losira still with a strong enough army that it's very scary for Alive to try to attack across this map.
It's actually a really good job he's doing with not just the Overlord, but the burrowed Zergling there. He's doing everything he can to delay Terran. And I got to say, I think it's working out for Lucira. He's actually gotten a huge amount of the map. Terran really can't even get over there and contest because Lucira's been such a nuisance to him.
Yeah, and I don't know if you recall, but like way back when Lucira was actually very much a regular, I actually tried to call him like the sweatshop Zerg because he gets the most out of his units.
Yeah.
Like he's always doing things like this. Every little bit of anything that Lucira has, he wants on overtime triple shifts, doing everything it can to win the game for him.
Now, he's definitely somebody who kind of wears his opponents down here. Now, Terran has the 5th base, and that's a lot of bases for Terran. Whoops, gets spotted there, has to back up. Lucira, though, in complete control of the left side of the map. Doing a fantastic job.
Kind of crazy. His creep spread is good enough that it's going to be really hard to do a dedicated push over it. And I love how Alive is playing here. He has a Widow Mine in there. He's adding some turrets. He's saying, all right, like, if you want to kill that, you have to really commit into it. So he's setting up, these, because, yeah, a 5th base is hard for Terran to hold. It can be taken out. If Lucira wants to kill it, he can. It's just he's making it as cost and efficient as possible so that if he does that, Alive can do something else at the same time.
Okay, I think this is going to be, in a sense, the climax of this game. We have this huge push, a lot of Liberators, a lot of mines, and a big, healthy army. Now, there's a drop over here to try to pull the army back. It's pulled the air units back. He's having to defend this. Now he's going to try to hit in the front. Now, where does he push exactly? I'm not entirely sure what the best way to go about this is.
He might go up the ramp towards his 4th base. That's kind of my guess. Ooh, a parasitic bomb goes off. Does pull that Liberator out.
Oh, good job. Guns down the hold on. We have another one coming over here.
That is so many paintings. Oh, my God. That is so many paintings.
This is a terrifying number. Now, remember,
Kirik's got nothing on Lucira.
And by the way, guys, let's not forget, if he loses all those Banelings and they aren't effective, that's a lot of gas that's lost. A lot of gas that's lost.
The funny thing about this army, when this battle is over, Lucira's supply will be very low even if he won it. That's one of the things about mass
He's either going to
Banelings.
win by a lot or he's going to lose.
Yes.
Because what Terran is having to pump out is not that sophisticated. It's not that hard to do.
And look at this army that he's setting up, too. Like, this is where this gets so scary. If you have one Widow Mine that gets a fantastic hit, that can change the course of this game at this point. Like, these Banelings, no matter how well you try to spread them out, are going to be clumped.
Yeah, look at this.
He needs a way to set all this off. I actually kind of wish he had gotten Greater Spire. I think that just like a couple Broodlords to set off Widow Mines would have been amazing. Oh, that was okay.
Yeah, that was okay. He overextended there, but that actually did damage, so it's still okay.
Yeah. That actually, a move like that's pretty good because he needs to free up a little bit of supply anyways. He is starting to get some ultras. Chitinous plating is almost halfway done.
Zerg's
Look at this.
Small amounts of Zerglings here to try to draw Terran back.
And it draws back his entire army.
Oh, wow.
His entire army. That was the most successful Zergling run by. Like, we were at the point, like you were saying, where
the climax,
this could be the climax right here where it ends. But
no, he actually pulled him back.
Yeah.
The entire army turns around for like a tiny number of Zerglings. And look, he's just going to make him run around. He's going to burrow him. He's going to be a pain in the ass for him.
By the time that Alive gets back out there, we have Lucira getting some creep spread back up. Chitinous plating will be done. Ultralisks will be out. An additional hatchery is up.
And you know what?
This did so much for him. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy. He's expanding to the top left now. We're about to have this map cut in half. Lucira could definitely take this. We could go to game 3 here.
Yeah. Now this could go absolutely either way. Like, Alive has the right type of army.
He's got burrowed units everywhere.
Yeah.
He's going to know exactly when Alive pushes out next time.
Imagine if White Raw's face were on all those burrowed units.
What? What are you even talking about?
It's like a famous thread on Team Liquid, White Ross faces everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of Photoshops. Anyways, you said, look at that, he has them everywhere. So it just made me think of that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Memes explode.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Zerg cannot go into this area.
It's a dankless journey, these memes.
Uh-oh. Zerg, I think, ideally would want to pry open this area. I don't know if it's going to work, though. Oh, maybe he actually looks it over here to this area where the Liberators are not defending. He's going to do it.
Oh, my God. Is he actually going to try to bowl up here? I guess so. This is so many Banelings. There's no way.
No, I have no idea why he would attack there.
There was no way that was ever going to be good. Ever. He lost about... Like, I don't know,
he's
20
lose
Banelings to a Widow Mine
the
shot
Ultras
there.
can't retreat against Stiv Marine, so he's going to lose everything here.
Oh, man. That was such a bad attack. That was such a bad attack.
You know, this whole game was so great until that happened.
No, seriously. Like,
Zerg's like, I don't know what to do. Ah!
Lucira is mechanically ridiculous. He's so fast. Strategically, he plays very well a lot of the times, but then you see moves like this, and it's like, okay, this is why you don't have a GSL championship. Like,
no, he is backing up here.
If he wanted to lose 40 Banelings, he could just run them into the planetary at the fourth base, you know? Like, do something else with them. Don't run up into the smallest area where there's all buildings anyways, even if there weren't Widow Mines there. Because you're going in single file to hit units, so like, oh.
Man.
Why isn't everyone perfect?
Well, Terran's backing up, biding his time. It looks like his game plan is going to be to survive and try to take the rest of the map.
Yeah.
Now, if this game goes super late... Oh, hold up. He's going for it.
He's trying to get in here. Getting on top of those Liberators. Definitely a better try this time. And we actually have the Banelings chasing those Marines so far back. With this many Ultralisks is really scary for him.
Too many health bars on to know what's happening right now.
More Banelings actually coming up from the side. The Ghost coming up to try to clear this out as well. They do get blown up, though.
Okay, you know what? He got in there, he killed 12 workers, and that's it. Lucira wins. Lucira just bludgeons him.
Definitely a better try that time when he was going up multiple paths as opposed to one.
All right, guys, we're going to go to game number 3 here. This is going to be our last game of the night.
That was a crazy game.
It really was, yeah.
Really, really good one. Very well played by both sides. Like, I am super impressed with these guys. Definitely, we saw that. That was like a very bungled attack when everything went up one little ramp. But other than that, Lucira played a very nice game.
All right, well, Lucira can definitely still take this. Let's not forget that was a game that started out a little bit weird. Alive had that proxy in the middle. And Lucira spotted it, but I would not have expected it to go for that long, but it did. SOS says that's the easiest map to play turtle style on.
Oh, yeah.
You can see it exhibited right there in that game.
It's like it's one of the maps that you can truly cut in half. Like the actual place where the map has a walking path is so small.
Yeah. All right, guys, this is it. It's all going to come down to the map Sky Shield. 2 very old school players. Only one will move on. Lucira, our Zerg, or Alive, our Terran.
Yeah. Could we get another Zerg into that round of 16 would be pretty sick, but Alive is playing like a man on fire.
Yeah, he really is.
Just awesome.
I'm happy with either of these 2 guys going on. We've got a lot of new school players, but the old school players still showing a lot of presence here in Code S as we get closer and closer to whittling down these players. And eventually we'll have a GSL Code S champion. And we're actually going to finish the round of 32 after Friday, right?
That's right.
That's right, yeah.
Round of 16. I think round of 16 starts on Friday. I think probably there's group selection on Wednesday.
I think so.
I would imagine.
We should know that, but for some reason, we don't. I had to sync that up with the music.
We don't.
We don't know. This is actually the best song. BK does such a good job picking our music. You can see, by the way, both players talking to their coaches right now.
Yeah, it's like, what should I do here?
I mean, everything's on the line for these 2 guys. The most competitive StarCraft 2 tournament in the world. It's all going to come down to just one TVZ here.
Yeah. You know what? I think that what we're going to have to see, because I can see why Lucira is being talked to for longer.
Yeah.
Sky Shield is kind of a wonky map with how Terran can attack you with the small ramps and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's actually our most, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's congested map.
It's definitely very congested. It has a sick head cold.
It is.
And, you know, for Zerg vs. Terran, we almost always see 2-hatch Muta because it's kind of just like a good middle-of-the-road
I think
way
you,
to
I think
solve
you'll
it.
have to go Muta on this map unless Zerg chooses the timing. And that
That's what I'm saying. I
that
think
may
that's
be
what
what the
they're talking
deliberation's
about.
is like, does Lucira gamble and try to break him down early on? I feel like in a long game, this is the exact kind of map Alive wants to play on.
Yes.
Now, is an all-in too obvious coming from Lucira? That's another big question as well.
If I'm Alive, I'm playing a very safe game here.
I am just going to make this go to the 30-minute marker no matter what. If I'm Lucira, I want this game to end in under 10.
Roach Ravager timing. The Ling Bane attacks, he needs to cut
Maybe
that
even a
shit
Nidus
out.
network. We'll see.
That's not working, man. But yeah, something like that. Let's see it.
All right, this is our final game of the night. Lucira against Alive in the GSL. In the bottom right, in the blue.
KT Rolster, Russia.
Who's become so handsome, man. I remember back in the day, with his glasses, he looked like a baby owl. Now he's grown up. He's got a deep voice. He's looking super handsome. In the upper left, in the red.
Africa Prince, alive.
It's really cool watching people grow up, like Creator as well, one of the big
Oh,
transformations.
yeah, he's a man now, for sure.
Maru still looks kind of young.
TY, yeah. Well, Maru used to
TY,
look
of
like a
course.
little kid.
Yeah, like, the thing is, you know, we've been watching StarCraft forever. Like,
That's right.
I've watched since the days of spacesuits and stuff. And I remember watching Nada for the first time, how little he was. And now he's like as tall as me and married and stuff. And I'm like, oh, I'm as tall as me and married too. Oh my God. So crazy.
That's crazy. Okay.
Okay, so,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God,
this is...
MC's here.
Oh, is he?
MC's in the back.
Oh, maybe he's doing a little show. Oh, Hyun's here too.
Look at that.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I didn't know MC was going to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
see
those
people
guys.
turning around.
They're
Like,
great.
really? Look, yeah, there
Yeah,
he
no,
is.
they're
Yeah,
there.
there's right
You should
there.
go get their autograph. I mean, that's MC.
You can run down there, have him
That's the
sign
literal
him.
boss toss right there.
That's right.
He's the best Protoss
get him
in
a
the
s-
studio today.
That's right. Once he leaves, though, it goes right back to Artosis, so don't worry.
No. I think it probably goes to Alive and then Lucira.
All better in Protoss than Dan.
No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
yeah.
By the way, I wanted to talk some StarCraft lingo with you because
Let's
I'm
do
really
it.
annoyed by people calling it Tankavax. I think
You
that
don't like Tankavax.
There's no creativity there. Like, you're giving so much of the word to Metavax, right? Like, it's so many letters. I want to go 3 and 3 on the letters and just make it even, right?
All right, let's do it.
I think Medanks.
Medanks, yeah.
I think Medanks is good.
Now we can talk about Medank memes about that.
Yeah, it's
Medanks, you're so funny.
I think Tankavax is so it's not
You're
even
so
clever.
funny.
It's not even clever. You know.
You are too good, man. That is just so funny.
So yeah, I think that's what we should call him. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Medanks, yeah. Oh, hits the 2 queens there.
There'll be so many good puns too. It's like when they're doing a lot of damage, like, oh my God, Medank's doing sick
I'm like, man,
damage
you
here.
Medanking me crazy.
Medank you very much, creep tumors.
Yeah. Can we just point that at this map, it does look like it's plummeting towards the planet that it's on, man. Time is running out.
I think it's just like got a lot of lava lamps.
Yeah. I think it's
that's
pretty
what
hot.
it
You think
is.
the Overlord gets a little bit heated up when he goes over the cavities on this map.
Could be, but I mean, they can fly through space, right? Where there's no air and it's very, very
and if you ever
cold,
notice on
so-
these space maps, the mutas get shot down and then they fall down into space. So I don't understand that.
Gravity.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Tasus thinks gravity isn't real. That's really weird.
It's a theory, Artosis.
Gravity's only on Earth. I'm like, oh.
All right, we see the layer. And we were talking about this earlier. You kind of have to go mutas on this map. You don't really get all the options you want.
Yeah.
If you're going to play a long game, and I didn't think Lucira was, to be totally honest. I thought he was going to go for some kind of timing. He's not.
Look, I see a Baneling nest on the way. Maybe it's going to be a speed Bane. But no, I mean, this is like the build for the map, and the thing is, most of these really high-end Terrans, and I have to say, Alive, absolutely one of them at this point, have just done so well against this. They just don't take any damage from the mutas. I feel like the Zerg player has to be a bit better with this strategy, like a bit of a better player, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Sure, I think you're 100% correct.
And the thing is, I think it's a legit strategy. It's just the architecture of the map, I think, might just make it a little bit hard.
Well, plus if you hide a bunch of Widow Mines around the map and then you just have 1 or 2 good connects on the mutas, sometimes the Zerg just loses. Especially somebody like Alive. Alive's one of the players that will actually target each Mutalisk.
Yeah, no, he absolutely does. Oh, look how annoying that is.
I can't see the tank through all the flames.
Oh no, it's a siege tank, which means if it's over here, it must be a Medank.
It must be too many Medanks. Okay, hitting that Queen there. Queen not happy about that. He's going to get this gas, it looks like.
Not quite. The Ling's coming over. 2 Lings. I like it.
Get wrecked, Lings. All right, back to it. Back to it. He's going to drop it over here again. Wow.
That's so annoying.
Wait, he's not hitting it. He needs to get the medevac over there. Okay. Interception here by Lucira.
Oh, getting owned.
He's
right
actually
there.
going to lose that Liberator. Oh,
Yeah.
what? No, it gets away. Crazy.
Wait, will it actually get away, though? Yeah, I guess it will.
Yeah, look at that. He actually is going to get away. He can go over there and protect the Medank now.
Oh, man.
Okay, there's 8 mutas coming up here. Now, does Alive know the timing? He actually has to get out of here, like, now.
Yeah.
Whoop.
And it looks like he
won't.
You thought I would say will, but I didn't because he's not leaving. And there are the Mutts. That is very painful.
Oh, my God.
Look at this. Lucira really on point so far here.
He just leaves 2 mutas to chase this. He's like, nah, that's enough.
Yeah, just needs a couple more hits.
And taken out. Big plays there.
Yeah.
Definitely an overextension.
And he's going to get a Liberator here. This is
actually
sucks for Alive. Nothing is really going his way this game.